Hey guys, it's Jamie here, and today I am here with part 2 of my college adventures. And as you see, this is the reason why I've been holding up these videos, that for some reason my phone has glitched out and said that my storage is full, where I have completely enough storage. So this is why this video took so long, but again, this video is close to an hour, so let's get into it. Alright, we're currently back on the bus, going to now Howard University.
We are currently in the vicinity of Howard University. To your right is the Howard University Hospital. As we go further down, the professional schools are right to your right also. Get to this corner, the medical school and the dental school right next to each other down this block. If any of you are patients of the New Era Dental group, Dr. Camille Magna and Dr. Jessica Blakely in Buffalo are Howard University graduates. So if you're looking for a dentist, check these two sisters out. Hilly campus. Get ready to do some walking.
Oh, I'm ready.
Alright, we are officially at Howard University.
The building that we just came out of is the Mordecai Wyatt Johnson building. If you're ever on campus, you can call it that. Most people look at you funny because we just call this the A building for short for administration building. So it holds all of our admin offices. So on the first floor, we have the Office of Admission, the University Registrar, the Welcome Center where we conduct campus tours. The second floor is the Office of Financial Aid, Bursar student accounts. So things for like financial matters, paying for school, if you received any money or credit back. Third floor is the Office of the Provost. He's kind of that governing body that makes sure our academic programs are running efficiently. And then the fourth floor is the Office of the President. Mordecai was our first African-American president, which is why the building is named. Guys, this is my co-tour. She's going to introduce herself. She's kind of like a little sister to me. We've never got a chance to do a tour together, so I'm excited. She'll introduce herself, and then we'll go to the next spot.
Alright, hey everybody. My name is Olivia Douglas. I am a junior accounting major.
Buffalo, Nag Falls.
Really? Nag Falls?
Yeah, me here. I think there's a couple there.
Right there. Well, like right there. There's like
Yeah.
No. But I mean, if you live there, then you don't see it every day. Yeah, we see it. Well, I like some water. I was about to go sit down or whatever. She started mocking me. She know I'm like, yesterday that. But I don't know. Sure, I want to talk to you. I was talking to my new friends. You don't got no new friends. No, you don't. I don't think she really go. I want to go. Why?
Bless you. Huh?
You all amped up. Alrighty guys, so where we're standing right now, we're standing in between the School of Business and Auditorium. The School of Business is Olivia's bread and butter. So when you think about all of those business majors from like accounting, finance, marketing, supply chains, that's where they spend the majority of their time. When you walk through the door of the business school, they have the stock exchange displayed for today. So if you're into stocks and bonds, again, you have the current trends for today at your feet. We also have the $250,000 Bloomberg Stock Simulation Center that was brought to the School of Business last year. So all of those things that you learn in those courses, you can apply via simulation in the center. We also have a small business development center. So for students, or the average Howard student, should I say, they have their own endeavors, their own side hustles. And so if you really want to get something off the ground, we have the small business development center to assist you in doing so. Each floor is divided by major. During your freshman year inside the School of Business, you go through something called the 21st Century Advantage Program. That's your business professionalism program designed to help our students make that matriculation inside the business world. So you have a corporate sponsor and a team leader that has been through the program already. You do case studies every Tuesday and Thursday in front of your corporate sponsors, presentations. They teach you how to dress.
How to dress in the business world. They teach you how to effectively give a presentation to a specific business, learn how to make a business plan, maybe make a mock product, things like that. It's pretty cool if you are deciding to go into the School of Business. And then we work hand in hand with different companies and corporations. So some people work for like Target, Boeing, AT&T, and then just depending on the partnerships with the schools, it will depend on those partnerships with them. Can y'all hear me in the back?
No. Y'all gotta move in closer.
I'm repeating myself. So a great program, like Greg said, 21st Century Advantage Program. You come in, you're given a team, and that team is given a program sponsor. You can market your partnerships with those team partnerships. So like I said, people are working with Target, Boeing, AT&T, and that's just the thing we do in the past. Those partnerships can fluctuate throughout the year, throughout the semester. And then those partnerships a lot of times will come out with internships, full-time positions, even scholarship money, just depending on that program.
One thing that I want to emphasize is that Howard is really big on being a robust community. So a lot of the alumni are part of those companies, so they'll actually be your recruiter. So you'll see somebody that actually graduated from the university last year that will come back and say, hey guys, these are opportunities available with this company that I now work for, Howard alum. And so they're the reason why a lot of students are able to get their foot in the door at these companies, because they've been able to penetrate the company as well. Moving on to Crampton Auditorium. Crampton Auditorium is our entertainment hub here. So when you think about all of the social activities that happen on campus, a lot of cool stuff takes place in there. It's pretty cool to talk about events that actually happen in there in real time. So again, I talked about it being homecoming week. We're gonna have our HU fashion show in there. We're gonna have our R&B show in there. We also have something cool at the end of the academic year called Rest Fest. When you come to Howard, the freshman dorm that you belong to will kind of be your brand for your Howard career. It's very friendly, it's something fun, but we have a rivalry that culminates into this competition at the end of the year, where we step against each other, we stroll against each other, and you get to win a trophy. We also had the opportunity to see several advanced screenings in there. So I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for Queen and Slim, but Howard students got a chance to view that film earlier this week. Matter of fact, yesterday, followed by a panel discussion with the director of that movie. So again, cool things like that will happen in there. We also have a Ticketmaster inside of Crampton, where you can purchase tickets to any event in the DC community from the comfort of your campus. So it's really your entertainment hub. More importantly, we have chapel services there every Sunday. Chapel services on our campus are non-denominational, so you don't have to have any particular religious affiliation to attend. It's kind of like motivational speaking. So they have a calendar during the academic year with all of the guests that will come speak. So every Sunday that you attend, you will know which speaker will be coming. Anything you want to add to Crampton?
I know Greg was kind of doing a lot of y'all things on speak earlier. Just to name a few people that have been inside this building, we've had people like, you can't hear me? We've had people like Cash Doll, Megan Thee Stallion, G Herbo, Janae Aiko, Daniel Caesar, Tink has been in there, Trina, Bow Wow, and those are only the
performances from
years
last
that I've
year.
been in here.
actually performed from last year.
Yeah.
So we have something called Spring Fest, which is kind of like homecoming during the spring semester. And so we'll have some fun-filled events to kind of help you make that transition from the beginning of the semester all the way to the end of the semester. So we had UGSA, which is an organization that does event planning on campus. They decided to have a concert during Spring Fest, and so all of those artists came to perform. We also had the Student Choice Awards. We also had the talent show as well. So those are some of the events that will happen during Spring Fest.
And we had a movie screening last spring as well. They did Beyonce.
Homecoming and Us.
And Us, yeah.
Alrighty, so we're gonna head to the next.
Yep. Record everything. On the vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get up here. Yeah, you gotta get up here. Have to get up this stuff. You gotta get up here. Come up here.
What's up, guys? So right now we're at Howard University. This is the most famous black view. This is the most famous black college in the world. I mean the country. And I want to go here.
I don't want to go here. Don't do that. Actually, you might get that mess up. Wait, I don't do like. There be some more color here. I don't know about
Well, we're happy to have y'all.
I'm so excited to be here.
All right, so where we're standing at now, guys, we're standing on the yard. Again, it's kind of like weird to talk about some of the things in real time. So we call this like the heartbeat, the living room, the pulse. Everything happens out here. Most events are planned inside our student center, but they'll take place right outside here. So you guys are actually getting to see homecoming unfold before our eyes. So the stage is directly behind us. That's where the concert's going to be. These white tents are home to some of our vendors where you can purchase different like crafts, art, food. Amazon and Pepsi is going to be the sponsor for this year. So we have the Prime Video stage right there in addition to our other stage. When it's not homecoming, we have something called HU Fashion Week during that Spring Fest that I talked about. So we have a committee full of students that have like small businesses, clothing lines, and they'll do a fashion show out here. The cheerleaders audition to be on the team in front of what seems like the entire school over where that Prime Video stage is. The dancers audition to be on the team right there, and the band practices every night in this circle right here. This is also home to the all-white party. The annual all-white party is an event to kickstart the academic year. There's a big white tent in this spot. Everybody comes dressed up in all white, and that's the Sunday before classes actually start to kickstart the year. The trees that you guys are seeing are home to some of our organizations. Howard has over 250 student organizations. We do have Greek organizations and non-Greek organizations. Campus involvement is something really, really big here. So the average student will be very, very, very in tune with their work, but also active on their campus community. So that street in the middle is our Pan-Africanist organization street, Ubiquity. Sometimes you'll see them doing prayers, healing circles, burning some sage. We have the
Sometimes they give out affirmations.
They do give out affirmations, and especially when the weather is nice. Sometimes they'll bring like some drums out there, do a drum circle. We have the Caribbean tree right there. It actually says Caribbean tree, but for those of you who may not know, Howard has a large population of students from countries in the Caribbean, and so you don't have to be Caribbean to sit in the tree, but most of them do, hence all of the flags hanging from there. If you're really not into Afrobeat, soca, dancehall, reggaeton before you come to Howard, you'll really get into that being here because it's such a melting pot. Those trees and back of us are home to our fine arts fraternities and sororities. So if you dance, sing, play an instrument, you can find out how to be a part of those. And we don't have organizations just for social things. We have organizations for professional pursuits as well. So some business fraternities, some medical fraternities, community service, law. So those are organizations designed to build that community and to help you get to your career entry point. The last thing.
And if there is not an organization on our campus that you do wish that there was implemented, all you need is 10 members, a signed constitution, as well as a faculty sponsorship, and then you become an organization on our campus.
So just to repeat what she said for those who may not have heard her in the back, if you want to start an organization on our campus, it's fairly simple to do. All you have to do is find 10 members to sign a petition stating that they like the org on campus, and then submit a constitution, and just that simple, you guys are recognized org here on our campus. Getting into the Student Center is going through an overhaul right now. If you guys direct your attention to the upper right of the yard, you can see those pictures of some students plastered on the glass. There, that's our ballroom where we will have our career fairs each year. So our career fairs are really impressive. Some students from other universities come to our career fairs. We have over about 200 plus companies that will come. 300 companies that will come during the span of about 2 weeks. In that meantime, before the companies actually come, you have a lot of seminars to go to that the Office of Career Services will put on. So Dress for Success, mock interviews, cover letter critiques, resume critiques. They even have a negotiating your salary workshop if you're a senior getting ready to graduate, going into the workforce. But the emphasis is the career fair will be held in the ballroom. And it's pretty formal but informal. Everybody's dressed up in their suits. Again, a lot of the alumni are part of those companies. They can go and leave your resume. You can go for a 5 to 10 minute informal chat with some of their recruitment staff. At the bottom, we have Power Hall. Power Hall is our student organization hall that's home to our campus radio station, our campus podcast, the newspaper, and some of our more larger student organizations, as well as the official list for all of the organizations that are active on campus that year. In that building, we have the caf, we have the food court, we have the bowling alley, and the game room. So hence, that is where all the students go to hang out. When you come to Howard, you have to have a meal plan. No one is meal plan exempt unless you live within a certain mile radius to the university. And your meal plan will come equipped with dining dollars and swipes to get you into the cab. In addition, we have convenience stores around campus that you can use your dining dollars at. So the coffee shop in the administration building, the restaurant in the student center, the food trucks that will line up. Today, since it's Thursday, it's another very important day. It's Soul Food Thursday. Soul Food Thursday is more or less a day and more so an event. So you hear people coming from the medical school, coming up to get a plate. You hear people coming from the administration building, coming up to get a plate. Anything that they have in the caf, they're gonna have an elevated take in the restaurant. So if they're doing like a catfish or a tilapia in the caf, they'll have like salmon in the restaurant. If they're doing like sweet potato pie in the cab, they'll do like a chocolate ganache cake in the restaurant. So the restaurant is my fan favorite personally. Again, that's the Student Center. First Friday is the last thing that I'll talk about before we transition to our next spot. First Friday is really a celebratory event to celebrate us being a month closer toward the end of the semester. Each student organization will host it per First Friday, and it's designed for you to learn more about that organization if you want to be a part of it, as well as go and socialize with your campus to celebrate it being, again, a month closer toward the end of the semester. So one First Friday, we had like a silent disco where everybody had on headphones, and that was something pretty cool.
I know Cascade, the LGBTQ plus organization, recently hosted their First Friday last Friday. I know the Georgia Club holds those sometimes, New York sometimes as well. The it just fluctuates accordingly.
And we do have state clubs here. So her mentioning the Georgia, the New York club, designed to make those students feel at home away from home. We have your state club. Your state club could be people that you know from your high school, people that you didn't know from a rivalry high school, just to make you have that community at your home away from home. So if there are no questions about the Student Center, we're going to transition to our next stop because it is hot and I want to get outside the sun. One thing to say, just want to introduce my nephew, my other nephew. He's from Buffalo. He's on the student government.
Yeah. Hi everybody, my name is Nijon Washington. I'm a junior economics and political science, double major from Buffalo, New York. Some of the kind of things I do on campus. I'm the president of College of Arts and Sciences. I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So when I was in Buffalo, I went to OMFED. Anybody have any questions?
Oh, you were talking about the restaurant. Is that like the student ran?
No, it's not a student-ran restaurant, but it's just in the student center.
Okay.
The restaurant is more upscale dining, so a lot of faculty and staff like to eat there, but it is an option for students. It just depends on the environment that you're looking for.
And different days throughout the restaurant, they'll have cool things there. So they had like a surf and turf yesterday, where they had like salmon, crab legs, and New York strip steak. So depending on what day it is, you can get some really good food in the restaurant. So we're gonna go to the next stop since it's hot. You guys are moving. You guys have any questions?
All right,
no.
They all have lit people there. I came to Howard with my whole, at this point, like I've done everything that I was going to do.
I'm a junior legal communications major, economics minor from Brooklyn and Westchester, New York. As they said, I serve at the 43rd Mr. Howard University. I'm so glad, that you guys came visit. What are you guys interested in? What'd you say? Copy. Yeah, you gotta be louder. I asked what you guys were interested in. Business, biology,
Film.
finance, film. I appreciate. Wait, this?
Like the whole thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But no, yes. Can we get into music? So, as you should. But
Tell them more about how you became Mr. Howard, what that process entails, and how your schedule or your student leader has. Tell them about that. How do you deal with that?
Okay, so as you guys may or may not know, most HBCUs, they are represented by royal courts. And so the Mr. and Miss of their institution kind of serve as the official face and voice of the university. So in order to become that, I was the Mr. of my college last year at the School of Communications. And then I had to go through an interview process. Well, first I had to apply, then I went through an interview process, which was 3 tiered. And then after that, I had to submit a portfolio of all the things that I've done that have qualified me for this position. And then after that, I had to submit some other supplementary information. And then after that, I had to campaign and get votes. And then I had to compete in the competition, which is I had to make an introductory speech, a platform speech, perform a talent, answer an impromptu question, and then walk around the stage which is cool. Yeah. And then so after I thankfully won after putting in all that effort, I get to represent the school, so that looks like everything. Hey! He is a great Howard alum who continues to support me and all my friends to this day, so I gotta stop and support more. I'm gonna text you. But with all that being said, Howard, I continue to to showcase Howard everywhere I go. So whenever, for example, when we had the Howard Hampton Classic in Chicago, Kyla and I had to go to Chicago and go to all the events, and I'll do all the community service leading up to that. Kyla also just ran for Miss National Black College Hall of Fame, which is basically Miss HBCU. Kyla, the young lady I keep talking about. Yes, I love Kyla. And then and I'll be running for Mr. HBCU in January as well. And so all of these little things, they build up throughout the year, and so it's a really wonderful experience if you make it that. I interact with a lot of representatives from HBCUs from across the U.S. and a lot of this can be a very superficial experience if you make it that. But I'm very thankful to my Howard environment, my friends, my family, and all the people who have guided me along this path, who have showed me that there can be so much depth found within myself and within this experience. If I choose for it to be an experience, that is that. So you guys have any questions for me about Howard, about anything yet? An intern program? Dental program? Oh, absolutely. Howard University has one of the best dental schools in the nation.
I think it's like the second or the third open.
Yes. And also I heard people talking about biology and medicine. Howard University graduates the number one, the largest amount of African American students that go on to get medical degrees. So you're at the right place. I hope you guys choose to come here, and you're in good hands. So welcome to Howard.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great tour.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. I would give you guys advice, but I'm a freshman.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm a freshman next year.
You will be. And I hope to see you. I'm serving this freshman.
Normal business hours, so we have to keep our voice at minimum voice level. I just want to address one thing real quick. When people are talking to two people, don't be that person that feels it necessary to interrupt. What that guy did, so I'm sorry that he interrupted me. I apologize. So we're going to go into the library. I'm going to tell you more about the library, then we'll go to our next stop. A lot is blocked off on campus, so other stops that we're going to go to, it's blocked off, so we're going to actually stop it on 6th Street, and I'll do a quick Q&A, but most of the valley and other parts of campus are blocked off for the concert. So I apologize. Three-time alum of the university, so he graduated with his undergrad degree here, he graduated with his medical degree and his MBA. And again, that is our current president. So if you guys want to just peruse the collection, you can do that, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more about two more important things, and then we'll go for our next session.
There's a lot of walking down a slant.
Is that it's all together. This is all separated. And like the whole city. A lot of walking. And you. Girl, no, you're not.
Basically, if you fall, you're kind of screwed, basically. This is a hill.
No, Rockstar. I thought they all know.
Are you like the popular one? Like everybody knows you?
Oh, chemistry.
And then to the left of me, we have the physics department. So if you are a natural science major here, you'd have a lot of your prerequisite courses in here. So like your general biology, your general chemistry, organic chemistry, P-Chem, analytical chem if you're a chem major, physics in that building, as well as some upper level math courses. For those students that may not be interested in natural sciences, you may still have some general education courses in the building, given the fact that a lot of these lecture halls have large auditorium occupancies. And general ed courses can be anywhere from like 30 to 40 students to 100 or maybe like 100 and some change, depending on how popular that major is. We have something called Freshman Week. And during Freshman Week, we have a lot of different social activities out here. So the ice cream social, one organization will serve you guys soft serve ice cream. We have Rep Your City on the yard, which isn't anything negative. It's kind of like a time where everybody can learn where everyone is from. So you guys will wear something like Niagara Falls or I Love Buffalo, and you're just going around the yard, getting to know where everybody is from. There's a DJ, there's food. We also have Screen on the Green, where you'd watch a film of your entire freshman class on the yard. When I first came to Howard, we watched Higher Learning. They had like snow cones, popcorn, cotton candy. So that's something pretty cool. The Valley, also features some plots for Divine Nine organizations. I'm sure you guys know what the Divine Nine are, but for some who may not, the 9 black fraternities and sororities, 5 of which were founded here at Howard. So that does play a large part into our campus culture and tradition. All I have for you guys, I'm not in a fraternity, is that after your freshman year, you can find out about how to be in a fraternity or a sorority. They have their specific requirements. And so the plots that you see are for some of those organizations. I can direct you to the book.
So So, excuse me, I'm gonna figure out my.
So like, are we actually like in the middle of the campus? Like, it feels like I'm like in a different like. Ooh.
You are in the middle of campus.
Oh.
Campus is a big rectangle. You're
Okay.
exactly in the center.
Is this like the Delta area?
Not the Delta area, but this is one of their plots. Correct. We super score the SAT but not the ACT.
So, what's like basically like your average financial guide?
So there are no averages anymore. It's all contingent upon financial need and merit as it's mixed. The only thing that's really not mixed anymore is the presidential scholarship, where you receive everything, but for the most part, depending on your estimated family contribution and your test scores, you would have your personal package made to you that will consist of whatever you're eligible for.
Do you have to apply for like scholarship?
You can. So when you're coming into Howard, you would already be considered for scholarships, but then they have external scholarships that you can apply for. We didn't pass near the dorm. I don't think you're there because you can't go in. But you have to live on campus during your freshman year, and for the most part, it'd be shared living until about your sophomore year, where you could have like apartment-style living, which is like on campus, but you have your own room, kitchenette, common area.
So it won't be no crazy situations where I'm like stuck and I'm like, oh, I don't know what my dorm is. You know, they didn't give me no set dorm yet.
It could be, and sometimes where no, literally because of like capacity of the class, and if we're doing something to the dorms, like making any like improvements or amendments. So like some of the dorms are under renovation, and I know there's probably been a lot of talk about that on Twitter because of that. But for the most part, no. But if there has been like some improvements or updates, there could be some restructuring where you could be in a remote location or in the upperclassmen dorm until that dormitory is completely renovated. So I want to be very honest with you. That's not the norm, but that could happen, unfortunately.
I'm not sure if you mentioned this. Like, are you from here?
Am I from here? No, I'm from Florida.
So how does that feel? Like, how, like, were you like, okay, so how was like the transition from like going from like Florida to like move out here?
It wasn't really hard because I was ready to go to school, but I would say for the most part,
Like the out-of-state tuition?
no out-of-state tuition. We all pay the same fee.
Oh.
All the same figure. No in-state, out-of-state. But I don't know. I was just like ready to go to college. Howard was my first choice, and I don't know. I applied. I got in. I got a scholarship, and it's really been a great ride. But you just get to that point where you're like, I can do it. Everybody else is doing it. So you just hop to it. I don't know a better way to explain it, but it's really like you just make that adjustment, especially with everybody being from different places here. You make that adjustment, and you're like, oh, okay, they're doing it. I'm gonna hop to it.
Yeah, I got a question, but he has a question.
Like, by chance, could you describe any like athletic facilities like that are here?
So we have Bird Gymnasium, we have the Heartbeat, which is like the cardio room, we have the workout room. In the basement, we have the indoor pool, we have the track that's being renovated now, we have the upper court, the lower court, we have fitness facilities in the dormitories as well. And all of those are available to students throughout the academic year. Not sure they're going to accept it, but they have a holistic approach, and so they're looking at your essay, they're looking at your test scores, they're looking at your transcripts, and it could be the case that you can have everything, but you're just not admitted because it's that competitive like after you do in some cases. But for the most part, they try to look at everybody's application in its entirety based on the test scores that you have.
What are some work study hours?
You can work on campus just about anywhere, but they try to be intentional about where you can work. So they base your placement based off of your major. So I work in the Welcome Center. I specified that I wanted to work there, but most science majors can work in like a research center, and we have AWS.
And what about the school would you change if you like?
Howard has been really good to me. I guess I would say I love it, and it's been a great ride. But some our facilities could just use some improvement. So if I could change anything about the schools, I would just take I love the way things look as far as that historic feel. I don't want that to change, but as far as amenities inside it, in our science facilities, I would definitely say we could have state-of-the-art things. But depending on budgeting, depending on how much alumni get back, depending on the cost for a lot of that equipment, that's the reason why things aren't as cutting edge. But for the most part, I don't really have any disappointments or qualms about it because I've had a great ride.
Do you know if he wants AKA?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
How did they how big is
Greek life is big, and it's big here because, like I said, a lot of those organizations were founded here. So if they're founded here, this is the first chapter of that, and people are really proud of that, and they want to, be a part of that here because it's the first chapter of that organization. So it's very big. Very. All of my classes have been taught by a professor. I've never had a class taught by a TA. They let you know what the expectation is at the very beginning, so you know where their office is and what their office hours are. And if you can't make that, they let you know how they can accommodate anything outside of that.
Do you have to pay for laundry?
You don't. They have a laundry credit that all the students receive during the beginning of the year. So you have 140 block, 70 block, and other meal plans. I know 140 block and 70 block are a certain amount of meals per semester, and then you have swipes per day. You have something traditional 14 swipes per day, and you have 140 block, which would be 140 swipes per semester and stuff like that. In addition to your dining. And so everything is factored together in your bill. You estimate the cost of it.
So I just want to say thank you for showing us everything, because they keep on that time, because you know, you took time out of your day, just show us around,
Yeah, I was
And you're gonna make it here. Look, I have something to tell you. You're gonna make it here. You're already a Howard student, and I hope you come here and take this lesson. Her personality just said, but I'm not saying y'all are not, but that was very classy. You can't make that reason. But no, I want all of you guys to come. That was really dope. She apologized for
remember my name.
You can be here, but you know what? Some people don't connect with everything, and you can't make people be grateful or understand everything. And y'all are young still. Y'all probably saw a million colleges. Y'all probably tired. I never went anywhere and was disrespectful to anybody because I just had to deal with all.
It's not how it works.
It's not how it works either. Exactly.
Why you given these opportunities, and they show a lot about how people was raised.
So I just say that. I just say that people are young, they still have to learn. It's fine, I'm not offended by anything. Apparently, I like doing this. I'm out here at the height of homecoming week, so I like it. But thank you for understanding that I do take my time out. My time is special. So there are a couple. We passed one on Howard Place. We have one by the bookstore. So if y'all are going by the bookstore, y'all can see it. That's what I was gonna say. We can go there. And if y'all download the app, y'all receive 20% off.
Oh!
So it's when y'all get there, they'll tell y'all.
This right here is the iLab. This is where I pull all my all-nighters. It's
This is my place.
My wallet in there, right?
And the School of Medicine, Law School is all in that strip down there. And then further down that way is Howard Hospital as well.
Then right here we had the speech from Shomari. I posted that separately because that's an hour itself. So go watch that. That was really like inspirational.
I ain't even trying to talk.
You never kissed a girl?
No.
Okay, why? Oh, yeah! Okay. So you better kiss.
You go dance with it?
No. That's too exotic. I'm like, go crazy. Go.
Oh, okay. My face. Oh, my face. Oh.
But I gotta carry on.
Carry on.
So much traffic and through the snow.
Yeah, okay. That's a church voice. Okay. Period, for real. Yo, because I know. I'm okay.
Makes you so wet. But I promise, girl, I ain't afraid. No. Okay. It's raining inside your bed. Your bed.
Okay.
I try. Your love it makes you so wet. Your legs.
Okay, God! Okay,
Good job.
So we doing Halo? Do Halo. Do Halo. No, pretty hurt. We got it. Pretty hurt.
Okay, when do pretty hurt?
All right, go.
Okay, sound good.
Doesn't matter.
the disease of a nation. Ready,
What is that part? Cause we keep mumbling it.
disease of a nation. That's what I'm saying. The disease of a nation.
But I was going on a different note because I thought.
Trying to fix something, but you can't fix what you can't fix. And just so that you can say, ain't got no doctor up here to take the pain away. Nobody breathing from your body.
We are a rapper.
That's so good. I could be the rapper though.
Yo, period. Who wanna rap?
Let me spit some bars for y'all.
Yeah, because you and I want to do nightmares. So.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I can rap. Just give me the beat. Give me the beat. I think it's my brother. I'm sitting on the aisle. So watch on your block. And I'm a score. Check the score.
Alright, so we are back. And you want to be on camera? You want to be on camera? Okay. Alright. Free shout out. Shout out anything you want.
Say anything?
Anything. Shout out
on
anything.
Instagram at Mr. Bishop himself. Good vibes.
Alright. Wait, say your name so everybody know who you are.
My name is Darnell Bishop. You know, I'm on this trip. Be out here.
Yep. Just got back from Howard and Bowie. My phone died, so I couldn't really record, but I recorded so much. It's probably about to be like a 2-hour video. So, which one do you like more?
Oh, what's up? What'd you say?
I said, which one do you like more?
I like Howard, but Bowie was a nice school too.
Yeah, Bowie was small, like compared to Howard. Howard was like gigantic. Yeah, you guys already seen the tour that we did. So yeah, this is the end of day 2.